Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Get to spend some time with a friend, Grace Harrington. I've known her for many years, and it was great to see her here in our studios talking about what she's doing to help people prepare for their financial futures. The largest demographic in the United States today are baby boomers, and then you got many above them that are already dealing with retirement and those type of things. And there's no time in U.S. history where people have been more angst about their financial futures. And so having someone like Grace in her corner could be really helpful. Grace, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Kevin. It's good to be here.
You bet. So, Grace, tell us a little bit about your firm and what you do for people. Kind of give us your elevator speech.
Okay. I'm a long-term care financial specialist. What that means is I help people plan for the inevitable. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to think about getting old, but it's possible that someday we might need a little bit of care. Right.
You know, and most people have this perception that old is better than the alternative.
Most people, yeah, that's true.
So you know, let's do it as gracefully and as healthy as possible.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of people, obviously, in the long-term care field. It's a field I'm really familiar with, and I think is extremely important. And we'll talk about what your options are later. But what differentiates yourself from others that are out there in the long-term care field?
Okay, a lot of people that sell long-term care insurance just do it on the side, like they sell something else, and on the side they'll throw it in. I am a specialist. That's all I do. I'm also recently been named the Dave Ramsey endorsed local provider for long-term care, and he is very picky as to who he allows to be a representative of him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I know from others who have gone through the vetting process, including a couple who didn't get approved, that it is extremely difficult, and it speaks highly about you, no question about it. So when it comes to long-term care, you know, people generally think government's going to take care of that. You know, government has that covered when I get reach that point. The problem is that if you get government to do it, you have taken some draconian efforts, have done some draconian things that you might regret. Talk about what really are the options people have and why financially preparing for it makes so much sense.
Right. Well, there's basically 4 options for long-term care. You can pay for it yourself, of course, you know, when the time comes. Which is, most people are okay with that for 30, 60, 90 days. But long-term care means long-term. It could be years. Mm-hmm. Long-term care can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. So there's self-paying. You can have your family, you know, provide your care. Most families are willing to do that for a little bit of time. But again, you know, it can go on to years. The third option is, like you said, the government. I don't want to talk about it, but, you know, Medicaid is one of the biggest problems in our government right now. And what I believe is the easiest way is for people to, if they're still healthy and young enough, to transfer the risk to an insurance product.
Yep. And it's a huge game changer. People don't understand, if you decide to go government, you're going to have to basically defund yourself to someone else in your family or someone of your choice in order to be poor enough to qualify for it. And your options, I think you'll be disappointed by your options in terms of quality of life.
Right. You no longer, you lose your dignity, you lose your ability to choose. And that's what it's all about, is being able to stay in control of your life.
Absolutely. Grace Harrington, she's been our guest. Would you like to give a phone number out there?
Sure. The 281-512-6969. And my website is ltc4texas.com.
There you go. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
All right, so when we come back, much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. And this is The Price of Business.